Okay, good morning guys. So we're gonna can today with the All-American on a glass top stove. I've been asked to do this video, so I'm gonna get this video out for you guys. It's almost Christmas. If you're thinking about getting a canner or asking for a canner, but you got that glass top stove and you're unsure if you can can on it, absolutely 100% you can can on it. You just have to do some special precautions regarding especially if you get an All-American. The Prestos are a lot lighter if you want to go that route. I love my All-American canner. When I first started out wanting to learn how to pressure can, there isn't a lot of people out there on YouTube land that actually pressure can on a glass top stove. So I think it's really important to do this video, especially now if someone's asking for one for Christmas but they're really unsure of, you know, what to do, how to do it. So I decided I was going to do this video today for you guys. I have the All-American 915. Would I love the bigger ones? Yes. You can what's the next one? 925, I think. You can on a glass top stove with the 925. I think that might be a little heavy. Like, these canners are really heavy. My double stack Presto is actually lighter than this 915. So, but I mean, if I can can the 915 on it, you can definitely do a double stack Presto. I also have a Miro that I have as well. So, you know, it's up to you, but the All-American will work on a glass top stove. Absolutely 100%. So, you know, let's talk about the precautions for a second. For me, I don't think you should ever have the oven on when you're pressure canning. This glass gets extremely hot, and don't bang your pressure canner on the stovetop. I mean, you're just asking for it to crack. And we're going to do a canning process. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. That way, if you want one of these for Christmas or your birthday or whatever, or you just see one on a buy and sell and you want to pick it up, but you got a glass top stove and you're like, I don't know if I can do that. Absolutely, you can do it. So we're gonna can today with the All-American. Like I said, I have the 915, and we'll go through all the precautions, what I do to do it, and we'll get you there. All right, guys, I will be right back. We're going to start getting this ready to go. I need to let my dog in, and I will be right back. All right, guys, so now we're going to take the canner, okay? So you're going to try to get it on that big burner, okay? Now, my other big burner, this thing will scorch water in like 5 minutes. I don't even use this burner. This burner doesn't even... It's just one of those things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put 3 liters of water, because that's what I need, and I always use a jar for that. And you can see all my marks. I mean, I got this, Michael got me this off a buy and sell. It was used. Every one of my canners have always been used. I've never had a brand new one. And yeah, so I mean, you can get them on the buy and sells. I mean, check them out. So I'm going to fill it with hot water, 3 of these. And our new house does have propane, so, I mean, I am happy about that, I will say. But right now, this is what I got, and this is what I actually learned on. So when I go to a propane stove, world is going to be so different. Okay, so there's 2. And this will be my 3rd one. And we're just going to can some simple beans today and get that done, because I need that done for chili and stuff. A couple other casserole dishes I have coming up. Okay, so that's just hot water. Okay. Now We have extreme hard water here. We use our sow barn at the back is the same water as what we have here. So yeah, I definitely add vinegar to that. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this on super low. Okay, so what we're doing is we're actually getting the glass warmed up. My house is fairly chilly. The glass is very cold. The last thing you want to do is crank this sucker up on high, and then, you know, the glass doesn't temper. You know, even when you put on a pot, you don't necessarily crank up the heat with a glass top stove either. So I'm just going to turn this on 4 on my stove. I have a Frigidaire. I'm just going to warm that up. Now, once I get this to a certain spot, I will not move it. Especially once you start putting jars in here. The less you move this canner, the better off you're going to be. So that's super important as well. All right, so I'm going to get you set up for canning. We're going to can up some northern beans, and I will bring you right back when I have you all set up. All right, guys, so here's our jars. They're all clean and everything. So I am going to put half a cup of beans in each jar. Yeah, I know pressure canning with a glass top stove can seem really daunting, but it's not. It's just, you know, just extra precaution you take to make sure that your glass doesn't, I mean, it's going to get hot, don't get me wrong, but, I mean, you just have to be careful not to slam it, bang it, those kind of things, and you'll be absolutely fine, okay? Absolutely fine. All right, so now I'm just going to fill up these jars with water. 1-inch headspace. I'm going to take some water out of that one. And I wash my beans, and yeah, I'm doing the dry method. It's the only way I do it. And I might need a touch more water. Yep. Because I know when I first started canning with the glass top stove, I was very nervous too. But I don't actually leave my kitchen at all, because I'm telling you from experience, pressure canning on a glass top stove, you don't want to go anywhere, because if that glass gets really, really hot, it'll jump your pressure canner. So try to stay very, very, very close, and really watch that gauge. Now mine is just a gauge. It's not like a jiggler or anything like that. My Miro is the only one with the jiggler. And honestly, I like the gauge way better, to be honest. I don't really like the jiggler at all. Okay, so I'm just going to take some of this water out of here that I overfilled. Because, you know, that's just my style. You guys know that. Alright. And I'm just going to debubble. And debubble again. There's not quite half a cup in this one, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. Alright, and I'm going to wipe these rims. And I'm going to pop the lids on. this weather doesn't change, I don't think the corn's ever going to get off. I'm just going to pop these in my canner. Now, I am just going to fill this one with water, pop it in the canner so nothing moves around. I usually use an old lid, but oh, I do have one. That way I keep my good lids. I always keep a couple of these reused lids for this, and I just pop water in it, shove it in the pressure canner. Okay, so that's all good. So now I clean up my mess. Okay. And I'm going to have to oil my All-American. So I just put a little bit of olive oil on my fingers. You don't need a whole lot. And I just basically put it around there. Tip this upside down, get this all coated. It is fairly dry. All right. So we got that done. Okay. So I have the All-American sitting on the glass top. It's on a number 4 on my stove. Okay. Hope I don't make you guys seasick, but I'm just going to pull you along here with me. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So now I don't move the All-American. I leave it exactly where it is the whole entire time. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is turn it up to 6. I don't go any higher. I let this do its thing, and I do not move it, shake it, like so. And I try to make sure it's all level. Opposite ends. Okay. Turn on my spout. It's just not right. Check it. There we go. I think All-Americans are worth their weight in gold. I really do. I mean, I don't mind my Presto, but this is still my favorite canner to can with, hands down. But, oh, that's another thing. With a glass top stove, you can't do multiple sessions at one time, okay? Lift you guys up just a tad. Okay, so once you've done your one cycle, right? Say, okay, our northern beans, okay? So they're in our canner, and they're gonna be in here, it's 75 minutes according to my book. 75 minutes. I will not do another session. I will let this glass completely cool before I do anything else. Even cook dinner. Turn my oven on. Anything. I'm extra precautious regarding this glass. Okay? So, that's the one downfall to canning on a glass top stove, is that you can't do 2 or 3 sessions like you can with, say, an electric coil stove, or a gas stove, propane stove, whatever. You're kind of set to one session. I have done one in the morning, one at night, but you can't do it back to back. I find the glass gets too hot and it starts to make very funky noises. That's how I learned that lesson. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. So, all right, so I'm gonna let this come up to pressure, let it vent for 10 minutes. Then I'll let it come up to 11 because I'm gauging. I do 11, I do sometimes 12. And where my stove sits is 3.5. That's where it sits. That's where the All-Americaner likes it. That's where I leave it. Okay? But I will bring you back for all that. And I'll see you guys probably in the next half hour. Alright guys, so we're back. So here we are. It's venting. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. Let it vent. And then I'm going to let this dial here come up to 11 or 12. Like I said, mine likes to sit basically at 11. Well, I definitely do 11 because it's a gauge. But 12, 13, right? And then it bounces back and forth. I like to give myself a little bit of extra room because it does take a while for this, for my stove anyways, to regulate that I've turned it down. So I like to have that little bit of ballpark room. But anyways, I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. I'm going to let this vent, and then I'm going to get this up to pressure. Alright guys, so you can just see that's just 11. If I get you any closer, it's going to fog up. Okay, so now I'm going to set my timer for 75 minutes, and I'm going to turn my stove down to 3.5, because I know that's where it likes. And I'm going to set my timer. Come on. Alright. So now I need to watch this gauge. Okay? So sometimes it will go up to 15 before it kicks off. You just kind of got to watch it. Now, like I said, I don't know if this is just my stove or what it is, but my gauge loves to climb. And so I don't leave this counter with this pressure canner on. I mean, a good friend of mine, Jamie, she has the All-American as well. Hers is the big one. Not the newest one, but the 925 or whatever it's called. And she's got the Frigidaire Pro line, I think it's called. And she can do multiple sessions on hers. But see, I can't. But, like I said, it will depend on your glass top stove. But you don't need to be concerned about pressure canning on a glass top stove. You just have to be a little more careful than normal. As you can see, it's starting to climb because the stove hasn't kicked off yet. I'm sorry it's so blurry, guys, but that's the best I can do. But yeah, I just basically stand here and I watch it and I listen to my stove. I can hear it kick on, I can hear it kick off. So just kind of gotta watch it. Alright, I will be back after the 75 minutes and we'll pull out these jars. Alright guys, so 20 seconds left on the canner. So now I'm just going to shut the heat off and I am not going to release the pressure. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm just going to let the canner go down as normal. So I shut that off. And I'm going to shut my timer off and I'm just going to leave it, okay? So I'm feeling the glass. It's very warm all the way around. Like all around here, it's hot, okay? So you definitely want to be careful of that and just let this come down like you normally would. It's a normal thing to, you know, to let your canner come down off of pressure. And then as soon as that's done, I'll bring you guys back and we'll pull out these jars. Alright guys, so my hot surface light is actually still on. And it's been about 2 hours. Okay, so that's how long the glass stays hot. Wow. Alright. So now I'm just going to lift this lid. You can still see the steam coming out of here. So I'm going to leave that like that for just a second. Okay. I'm going to put a towel down. Alright. Now I'm going to shift you guys a little bit. You don't need to be just looking at my camera. Shift you guys down so you can see the jars coming out. Alright. Put that on a hot pad. And there is our northern beans. Still bubbling after 2 hours. There you guys are. Focus. It's really hot still, guys. I'll take pictures of all the jars for you. But yeah. So canning on a glass top stove, can it be done? Absolutely. Do you need to be a little careful? Absolutely. I mean, it's all... You know, you just kind of got to be a little more careful. I still will not move this canner until that light goes off. I am so careful of this glass. But will I can on it? Yep, I sure will. And I'm going to take you guys off the tripod here. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to show you these jars. Check those out. Whoop. You don't need to see water. Okay, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And there's my water, crystal clear. My light's still on. So I'm going to leave that canner just sitting there. Okay? But, so yeah, it can absolutely be done. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe it. So don't be afraid to can on those glass top stoves. It can be done with an All-American. Alright guys, I will chat with you super soon. Bye.